Hey guys, it's Jade. Welcome to my channel. Alright, so today I'm going to do a forecast for 2020. That's going to be a year 4. Okay, so for 2020, it's going to be about stability and process. Okay, regrouping with things that you have started or that things that have been in motion, or just regrouping on things that have transpired. Okay, and also on consolidation. All right, so the shoots grow thicker and stronger, expanding roots, go deeper into the soil. It's time to establish stability, critical stage, okay? So it's not going to be a time for show, but to make sure that your roots are strong. All right, so anything you need to review and reflect on, whether it's relationship, whether it's just loving yourself, whether it's your job, your finances, your children, whatever. Catch up on anything that you've overlooked, all right? And then you regroup your forces. All right, so make sure that your preparations are complete. All right, so we're going to need to work on the exactitude, devotion, building strong foundations, loyalty, dependability, the world, realization of power, instinctual knowledge. Okay, things that your instincts naturally tell you this may not be right, or this may be great and I need to continue to move in that direction. Okay, so this year is going to deal with hard work and discipline, in which you could be struggling to keep up with all the promises that you may have made during last year, 2019. Okay, so it can be very frustrating as responsibilities increase. You may be taking 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards, but it's okay. We're going to regroup and get things together. All right, so then you may seem that you're not making much headway at some point. But the whole point of year 4 is to create a firm foundation that can support you, and that where you can mature anywhere in your life, and that your goals over the next couple of years are sustainable. All right, so this is the year to seek new knowledge and educate yourself on anything. Organization is going to be key, okay, including continued development and focus. All right, those are going to be major key factors. So use your energy effectively, or it could burn you out. All right, rest and recharge your nervous system. Anytime you feel like you are just drained and you need to work on something, then do that, okay? All right, so those who don't allow yourself to rest and relax, you're pretty much going to run yourself down to depletion, okay? And you can find yourself in a state of disharmony, leading to frustration, fear, and confusion. And we don't really want to be in that state. We'd rather be in a relaxed vacation. Is very beneficial, so you can kind of, relax and unwind. All right, so be careful to avoid anything that's disharmonious. Dealings with others, avoid arguments and any type of confrontations, because they can come to bite you or the person you're dealing with in the long run. All right, so this year is not going to be a good year for necessarily major changes. Okay, so confinement prevails. All right, new financial ventures should not be contemplated, nor major changes in your vocation. Okay, only in the last few months of the year will you be able to do those types of things without any type of major hindrances. All right, so within the last couple of months, note to great changes. There are going to be great changes coming to your life, a new vibratory rate over the next course of years. But for the most part, your foundation for the year is to finish details where continued support is needed. All right, so that's just an overview, and let's take a look to go a little bit deeper into 2020. All right, guys, and this is a general reading just for the year. Okay. So during this year, you want to make sure that everything is moving in a wave-like motion. Make sure that what comes up comes down and it's a smooth transition. All right, you want to feel that wave of energy going. The ebb and flow needs to be in sync, in sync with what you have going on. All right. Partnerships, you may have lucky partnerships, accepting things from partnerships, loans, a business deal. You could be ending something with a partnership that may be good, or signing off on a contract, this is beneficial for the entirety of the year or just for that moment. All right. Don't get into any arguments about finances or anything that is going to hinder you when it comes to making money. Okay. Okay, for anything that's going to be spent this year, make sure that it is going to be something that is going to make things move, not things that may take a year or two. All right, this year is more about not igniting something, but to add a little fuel to the fire, okay? Go with your intuition, what feels best. If it doesn't feel right, do not do it at all. Don't fight back and forth with yourself. So if you're going from good to bad, good to bad, good to bad, I can't really decide, then you need to kind of take a moment and go neutral and then come to your conclusion. All right, as far as travel goes, it looks like midway through the year, there may be issues with travel. It could be energy dealing with the electromagnetic field of the earth. But make sure that if you have any car trouble, you take care of that at the beginning of this year. And don't let anything linger. If something needs to be fixed, at least progress to making those necessary changes, because you don't want to get throughout the year and then you're actually completely stuck and your car is not in motion. That would be terrible. Okay, so make sure you're taking care of those things, even if you have to do it a little bit at a time. But just be careful with travel. This could be flying as well. Make sure you have a safe travel. Make sure that you've checked major airlines. Make sure you've checked whatever country you're going to, ensuring that there's nothing disharmonious with travel. All right, and for relationships and love, it appears that this may be a year where you may be a little bit more introverted. You may be sitting at home more often, or you may have found that loved one, your soulmate, and you're doing more movies at home, sitting around talking, sitting around having loving dinners, things like that. Okay, so it just looks like there may be some time for a lot of people where they have gone through last year and they're able to have a sustainable relationship, and it will be progressive as the year goes on. For those of you who are still looking, it appears that there may be something going on during this year, but make sure you take advantage of all situations that allow you to be put into the place where you're able to say, okay, I am putting myself into a place where I'm able to meet people so that I can find the people that care about me and that I will be able to have a long-standing relationship with. All right, so first we have the Hierophant. Okay. All right, so with this, I'm sensing more of a spiritual year. Okay, so if that means that you have to delve into esoterics, if you have to maybe pull up a deck of cards and learn something dealing with spirituality that you may not have done before, this year would be a good time for that. And especially the fact that we're in a stable moment. This is anytime you're in a stable moment and you're processing things, spirituality is at the forefront, because you have to be able to discern things, and you have to be able to tell when to move and when not to move, and make sure that you are making the right decisions so that you can continue your that you continue in a positive direction. All right, next we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so for all of you who are being burned by people, who have been stabbed in the back, who have been lied to, who are just not happy with the people that you're with, it's time to kind of bow down to yourself and pray. This is a good moment for you to say, okay, universe, okay, stars, okay, ancestors, come with me, and please allow me to find the direction that I need to go to. Allow the people that need to be in my life to be there, and whoever doesn't belong, allow them to fall away. Because sometimes we hold on to relationships and we feel that it's necessary just because we've known them for a long time, or because we're just stuck with them and we feel like we don't really have an option. All right, next we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is basically going to be kind of to the point where you're like, okay, I am dealing with something and it feels like it's been going on a little bit too long. Now is the time to make a change within your life to ensure that whatever is trying to control you, whether a relationship, whether a job, whether it's just a feeling, it's time to kind of find that area and make sure that you don't continue to feed it. Because anything you continue to feed that is not harmonious with your energy, it will continue to bring you down and you'll be in a rut. Okay, so we don't want to get into that point throughout this year. So make sure that you hone in on those. And I know it's difficult, but sometimes we have to maybe write things down or find a way that we're able to express that to release it. All right. And then we have the Four of Rods. Okay. And the Four of Rods is, and stability, showing the home, it's showing the foundation. So as long as you have laid a strong foundation or you're trying to build your solid foundation, you need to ensure that, okay, hey, I need fertilizer for this grass to allow it to grow. Okay, I know I'm going to need a stove so I can cook when I move into this house. Okay, I know I need to not fight anymore in my relationship to make sure that we don't have issues through the year. Okay, yes, I might be able to find a point where I can say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to stop arguing. I'm going to let them argue and let them do it on their own. And I'm not going to jump in on that. They can pretty much figure out their own distress, but I'm not going to feed into that for it to jump on me. A lot of times other people's energy jumps onto us and onto our backs, and then we feel like it's our energy, and a lot of times it's not. All right, so find your foundation, find your happiness, find where you can kind of get to an even keel to say, okay, I'm okay in who I am. If this is my situation, I know how to combat this issue, and then we can move on from there. All right, and if you're dealing with things where you may feel like you're just... Okay, some people may be feeling like they're at a moment in their life where they can't seem to kind of fix the tread of their wheel, or they can't seem to fix the let's see, what's a good analogy? They can't seem to fix something that's broken. All right, at any time when you can't fix a relationship, you can't fix something that's transpiring in your life, you can't help a child in an area that is beyond your control, then you have to find that inner energy where it says to you, like, okay, this is the situation. Okay, who can I call? Who can I reach out to that can kind of put me one foot in front of the other? Okay, because once we get that one foot going and we're crawling like a baby, then at some point we learn, okay, hey, maybe this isn't such a difficult task to accomplish. Okay, so find that way where you can kind of get through any of your situations easily, and make sure that you make this year very beneficial and that you're careful in all your endeavors. Okay, so that is 2020, year 4, stability and process. Okay, and I'll see you guys back here for 2021.